So hi everyone, I hope you are enjoying your time during this pandemic. In today's lesson we are going to see a communication lesson. It is something that you can use in your life. So the title of today's lesson is Making, Accepting and Refusing Suggestions. So this lesson can be seen as a social skill, something that you can use with your friends, with your family members, or with your best friends. So in today's lesson we are going to see some expressions that you can use in your daily life situations. So this is the title of today's lesson, Making, Accepting and Refusing Suggestions. But first we need to define the word suggestion, okay? What do we mean by suggestion? So making a suggestion means telling another person what we think that they should do or what we think is a good idea. For example, you have a friend and you want to suggest something to your friend. So here you come up with an idea and you tell him or her about the idea, and your friend can accept or refuse that idea. For example, you are bored and you feel that you need to go to the beach, so you suggest the idea of going to the beach to your friend, and your friend might accept or refuse your idea. So here we are going to see some examples. So the first example, let's go to the park today. It looks really nice outside. So this is someone suggesting an idea to someone else. Number two, it's just an idea, but what about buying a Samsung instead of an iPhone? It's cheaper. Number three, can I make a suggestion? Why don't we work on the project together? And number four, shall we share a taxi? It would save us both some money. So here we have some examples in which there is a use of expressions of making suggestions, okay? Suggestions. So, but here we can use other expressions to answer these, let's say, these statements. So, for example, if someone says, let's go to the park today, it looks really nice outside, the other partner can accept or refuse this suggestion. So this is what we are going to see now. We are going to see a table, a chart that contains expressions used to make, accept, or refuse a suggestion. So as you can see here, we have this chart, and as you can see, expressions that we can use to make suggestions, and we have many expressions that are used to respond, to answer someone's suggestions. Making suggestions, for example, we can say, shall we or shall I? Okay? Shall we or shall I go for a walk? The second one, let's go for a walk. Why don't we or you? Okay, why don't we or don't you go for a walk? How about going for a walk? And what about going for a walk? So here we have some expressions that you can use to make suggestions. So now we are going to see expressions that we can use to respond, to answer, or to respond to someone's suggestions. By the way, we have positive responses. Okay? In positive responses, you can use one of these expressions. For example, that's a very good idea. I'd love to. I would love to. Okay? I'd love to. All right. Oh, thanks a lot. So this can be used to answer someone's or respond to someone's suggestions positively. In the second column, okay, we have negative response, which means that you don't accept someone's suggestions. The first one, that's not a good idea. That's not a good one. I don't like it, so that's not a good idea. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay. I'm afraid I can't. And the last one, I'd love to, but. This comma should come before the conjunction. Okay, the comma should be here. So I'd love to, but maybe someone in the family is sick, or someone in the family is sick, or something like that. So you have something, you have a problem, or something that deprives you from accepting that suggestion. So now we are going to do some practice. As you can see here, we have 3 categories. The first one is make a suggestion, second one accept a suggestion, and the third one reject, refuse, decline a suggestion. By the way, you should be provided with a number of expressions, and you need to categorize the expressions. This means that you put expressions of making suggestion, accepting a suggestion, and rejecting, refusing a suggestion. Okay, and now we are going to see some expressions. For example, in make a suggestion, you have, why don't we? Why don't we go to the beach? Okay, why don't we go outside to have some fresh air? Let's. Oh, it's Saturday evening. Let's visit, for example, our friend X or Y. What or how about something? Okay. How about or what about eating out? It means going out to eat in a famous restaurant in the city. Now we are going to go to the second category, accept suggestion. For example, someone tells you something, you like it. Yes, I'd like that. That's a good idea. Yes, I'd love to. And the last category, reject suggestion. By the way, normally you should be, or you are supposed to have many expressions, and you need to put the expressions in the right category. So the last one, reject a suggestion. It means, for example, here, no, I'd rather. It means if someone gives you something, or let's say suggests something to you, you prefer to do something else. Okay, so you can use no, I'd rather, for example, visit my grandfather or something like that. Same thing, no, I'd prefer to. I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. Okay. So here we have a dialogue, okay, between 2 people, Fred and Lucy. And Fred and Lucy are suggesting birthday presents for their dad. Complete the dialogue with the words from the box. So you need to read the words or the expressions that you have in the box, and you read the dialogue and you put the right expression in the right blank. So let's start with the first one, Lucy. Lucy, it's Dad's birthday. on Friday something. Buy him some socks. So the right answer is shall we? Okay, buy him some socks. Fred, I something. That's a good idea. Socks are such a boring present to give someone. So the right answer, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay. Lucy, something, taking him to a football match then. Taking. So how about or what about taking him to a football match then? Fred, I something. The tickets would be quite expensive. So I don't think so. The tickets would be quite expensive. Something, we make a birthday cake for him. Something. So why don't we make a birthday cake for him instead? Okay. Lucy, we are both terrible at cooking. Something, buying him a watch. So what's about or how about buying him a watch? Fred, yes, he doesn't have a watch. So yes, that sounds good. It means it's a good idea. That sounds good. He doesn't have a watch. Go to the shopping mall this afternoon and buy one. So go. So let's go to the shopping mall, okay, this afternoon and buy one. It means buying one watch. Lucy, that's perfect. Okay, that's perfect. Nice. Okay, now we are going to see some situations in which you need to use expressions of making, accepting, and refusing someone's suggestions. The first one, it's a lovely Saturday afternoon. You are all bored at home, so suggest somewhere to go. For example, you can say, I feel bored this afternoon. Shall we go to the beach? So your friend may accept or refuse your suggestion. Second one, you go outside and it starts to rain. So you go back inside. Suggest something to do at home. You can say, for example, let's watch our favorite movie. Okay, let's watch our favorite movie. And by the way, the other partner can accept or refuse your suggestion. The third one, you've been at home for an hour. The rain has passed and the sun is coming back out. Suggest a sport to play outside. You can see, let's go outside and play, for example. If I use an expression of making suggestions, let's go outside and play football, for example. Number 4, you've been playing sports for a while. Now you are all getting hungry. Suggest something to eat. So, for example, you have been playing, or yes, you were playing football all the morning, and you felt hungry. So you are going to suggest something to your friend that you can cook or you can eat. And you can use one of the expressions used in making suggestions. The last one, the food was delicious. It's only 6 p.m. Suggest visiting someone. So you can, for example, you can suggest something to your friend. How about visiting, for example, our best friend Ali, for example? And by the way, when you tackle or use these situations, there should be two people, okay, exchanging information. It means when you make the suggestion, the other person should accept or refuse, okay, your suggestion. And this is everything for today. Remember that these are communication lessons are social skills. It means things that you can use or that you use in your real life, okay, with your friends, with your family, and with your best friends, with people in general. So let's call it a day. I mean, this is the end of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed following the information presented in the lesson, and I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.